Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about something very important for many newcomers and students in Canada. How to get permanent residency through the early childhood assistant pathway in 2025 and 2026. This video will cover four main points. Number 1, which PR pathway are available for early childhood assistants. Number 2, how can you transition into this field if you are not already in it. Number 3, what courses and certifications you need. And number 4, how early childhood assistants compare with other programs like PSW, pharmacy assistant, trades, and French. Let's begin. First, let's talk about the federal programs. Number 1, of course, on the top of the list is Express Entry. With a Canadian job and work experience, you can apply through Express Entry under the Federal Skilled Worker or Canadian Experience class. Early Childhood Assistant falls under the Education category NOC code, that is 42202. This category is in demand. The draws for this one are conducted at a lower score. So you don't get higher points, but the scores are lower, which gives an advantage. Next, the Rural Community Immigration Pilot Program, which is the RCIP. Out of the 14 communities across Canada, 12 prioritize early childhood assistance. Just two don't, which are the Moose Jaw, and the second one is Pictou County. Then we have the Atlantic Immigration Program. If you are working as an early childhood assistant in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland, you are eligible under NOC 42202 for AIP. Finally, the Caregiver program that also comes under the federal government, which is also known as Home Support Worker Pilot. If you have an experience as an ECA and you have some kind of employer who's willing to support you under this program, your experience as an ECA counts for this HSWP, Home Support Worker Pilot Caregiver program. So you become eligible for that. Moving forward, apart from federal, we have the provincial nominee programs, and each province we know has their own program for their provincial nomination. In Ontario, ECAs are regularly invited under both international student stream and the foreign worker stream. In international student stream, you need zero work experience. As soon as you get the job offer, you're ready to apply. In the foreign worker stream, as an ECA, you will require 2 years of work experience. In the Atlantic provinces, ECAs are nominated within 6 to 12 months of experience. In New Brunswick, sometimes as quickly as 6 months. In Manitoba and Saskatchewan, you can also apply, but usually if you have already studied there for at least 1 year. In British Columbia and Alberta, ECAs are not nominated. And in Quebec, it is possible but requires French. Quebec has its own requirements. So if you are in Quebec and comfortable about those requirements, then you should go for that. Otherwise, look for other provinces. So overall, early childhood assistants have wide open PR pathways across Canada. Now, once we know that we have programs open throughout Canada for ECA, the main question that comes up is transitioning into this field. Now, let's talk about the transition. Some of you may be wondering, I studied IT or business or sciences. Can I still move into early childhood assistance? The answer is yes. IRCC never restricts you from choosing a new career pathway. The only requirement is that your choice must be genuine. If you claim experience without training or proof, that could cause issue. But if you complete proper training and show real work experience, your transition is completely valid. So you just have to make sure that whatever you're proving, whatever you're justifying is genuine. And even if they ask you questions, once you have the documentation to prove, that's it. Once you have the validation, you're good to go. This was the first part of transition. Coming on on to the next point, which is courses and training requirements. So, what training do you need? A short term certification, often less than 6 months, is enough, but it must cover four essential modules. Now, I'm sure you will never get this information from anywhere, wherever you call, wherever you consult. So, make sure you note this down if you are interested in ECA. The four essential modules are: number one, child growth and development; number two, child health, safety, and nutrition; number three, guiding children's behavior; and number four, child development within family and society. So, if you are willing to transition, you have to make sure that the kind of course you pursue completes all these four aspects, all these four certifications, or these are also known as levels, all these four levels. Most career colleges combine these into one course. Make sure the DLI you choose should be approved DLI. It should be a career college. Be careful because fake certifications are also going on in the market right now. Don't fall for any such fraud. And if your college provides job support like resume building, job referrals, interview preparation, your transition will be much smoother. So try to get enrolled into one of such colleges. On average, within 3 to 6 months, you can move into the childcare field successfully. Coming on to the next aspect, which is comparison with other programs, other PR pathways rather. Let's now compare early childhood assistant with the other available, or I would say good options like PSWs. You must have already heard about this if you're here for ECA, right? Both ECA and PSW are equal for PR. The difference is time. PSW requires 6 months of training plus licensing before you can apply for jobs, which means you can land up in a job in 7 to 8 months. But if it gets a little delayed, then it will be around 9, 10, or even 12 months. With ECA, the biggest benefit is you can start applying for jobs as soon as you begin your course. The time required to transition into a job could be anything between 1 month to 6 months, should not take more than 6 months. Other than that, PR pathways are equal for PSW and ECA. Now let's compare it with pharmacy assistant. Unless you already have a job lined up, pharmacy assistant is not as strong as ECA. The job opportunities are a little limited. Also, secondly, wherever a targeted draw is conducted for the category, all of them, the ECA, PSW, and pharmacy assistant, are invited. But sometimes what happens is draws are conducted specific to the occupations. For example, recently that happened in Ontario PNP. In that scenario, Ontario nominated PSWs, ECAs, but not pharmacy assistants, which means that comparatively, pharmacy assistants comes at a later stage when it comes to demand. So, ECA versus PSW, ECA has a better demand both in jobs and in terms of permanent residency. Now let's come on to trades. Trades can be excellent for PR, but they are harder to enter unless you already have skills or connections. And finally, let's compare ECA with French. Of course, if you have French at CLB 7 or higher, go for it. If you think you can claim it in coming months or year, then I would say you can take that option. But for most people, learning French from scratch takes years. So ECA remains again a practical option here as well. So, to conclude, early childhood assistant is one of the fastest, most reliable, and most flexible pathways to PR in Canada for 2025 and 2026. At Skylux International, we partner with a fully approved DLI career college that offers completely online certification program. With this program, you receive all the four essential modules: resume and cover letter support, job applications help, mock interviews, and direct job referrals as well to the partner daycares. Everything you need to secure a job and move towards your PR. If you are interested, you can book a free 10-minute consultation with us using the link in the description or by calling us directly. Batches are ongoing, so no matter when you watch this video, you can get started right away. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you the very best on the journey to PR in Canada.